Photographers can certainly work wonders, no doubt about it.
Raven, what are you talking about?
These pictures, they don't look at all like Jody Travis.
I thought the likenesses were very accurate.
Nah, he must use some special lens. She wishes she looked that good.
Well, you can look all you like, but please don't bend those. Or set fire to them.
Well, Sky didn't waste any time getting his press kit together for his new star.
I asked Skylar to bring that material to me as soon as possible. I like to do my homework.
Homework?
Yes, I'll be taping an interview with Jody sometime later this evening.
Oh, really? I'm not busy this evening. Could I come by and watch?
If you like.
Maybe I can come a little early and help.
Help? Somehow, I don't believe your heart will be in that.
Well, I just want to become very good friends with Miss Jody Travis and make sure that her professional relationship with Sky stays exactly that.
Oh, Raven, I'm sure your jealousy is totally unfounded.
Well, I'll see you later. By the way, I'm not jealous. I have no reason to be. Did I tell you I had a marriage proposal last night?
Hello, Mr. Whitney.
It's Sky, Jody. Sky, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I hope that you're pleased now that I brought your favorite dance teacher back into the fold.
Oh, yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with Gavin again, and, well, I want to thank you for that.
I want you to be happy, Jody. When you step out onto that stage, I want that smile on your face to be for real.
Yeah, well, I might be too nervous to smile.
Now, you've got the talent. You know that, and I know that. Now that you've got Gavin developing it, well, I just hope that you're absolutely certain everything is going to work out just fine.
I do believe that now. And I want you to know that I am going to give the Whitney Dance Company everything I've got. That's a promise.
Listen, I'm going to get back to you, Jody. I'd like to talk to you about that interview, okay?
Oh, sure.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Sky.
Well, this is a surprise.
Can I come in?
Well, yes, if you'd like to, although, last time I saw you, I thought it was indeed going to be the last time.
Well, that was presumptuous of you, darling.
Darling, terms of endearment. Well, I hadn't expected that, especially after the last time when you left in such a huff.
Well, I thought about it, and I realized that I have to stop fighting the inevitable.
There are some areas of my life, Raven, that I am not willing to share with you. Some areas that you are not going to be able to influence.
I know.
You know that. And you're going to be able to live with it?
Well, I guess I'll have to, if I want to keep you. And I do want you.
Does this mean we're going to be friends?
Mm-hmm. You know why we're fighting. It's because I don't have a job. I don't have a career. I mean, I want to feel useful. I want to justify my existence.
A very worthy goal.
Well, I'd feel a lot better if you let me help you.
Well, the suite could do a little tidying up. The maid was up here, but she didn't do much of the job.
You know what I mean? I mean with Jody. I want to help Jody. I want to look after your best interests.
Whose interests?
You heard what I said.
Come on, Raven, stop playing games.
I am not playing games.
You can't fool me. I mean, you might be able to fool the rest of that wide world out there, but you can't fool me.
You think I have an ulterior motive?
You want to undermine Jody. You want to keep me exclusively as your property. I mean, you probably got T-shirts at home printed up for me to wear that say, I belong to Raven Swift, hands off.
If your ego was any more inflated, it would burst.
You want to keep me roped up. I mean, you want to keep me isolated from anybody else so that I will come to the unalterable conclusion that you are the only woman on earth for me.
And you think you're such a bargain.
All your machinations have but one design in end, that I were to get down on my knee and pop the big question. I mean, it's blatantly obvious, Raven.
I don't believe you.
Are you going to deny it?
Just ask me. I think you'd be real surprised at what I'd tell you can do with your proposal.
Well, I'll take a rain check on that. It's a little early in the game for me.
I wouldn't marry you if you were the last millionaire on this earth.
Oh, I really shouldn't be taking up your time with this.
And Mike, anytime you need to talk, come and see me.
Thanks.
Let me take this call. Yes, Helen? Well, she is. All right, we'll have her wait outside, and as soon as I'm through with Mike,
Derek, our business is finished. I'm on my way.
Oh, on second thought, send her right in.
I'll be in touch as soon as the grand jury decides what to do with Mr. Wilcox.
I'll talk to you then, Mike.
Okay. Raven.
Mr. Carr, I'm not disturbing anything, am I?
Oh, no, I was just leaving.
Oh, I also just wanted to tell you how sorry I am about what happened to your wife. Whatever did happen to her.
Thanks, Raven. Goodbye, Derek.
So long, Mike. Oh, hey, honey, this is a surprise.
I always like to keep you on your toes.
Well, listen, if you came by just to pass the time of day away, I can't oblige you. I got too much work to do.
I came by to say thank you.
Oh, well, you're welcome. For what?
For last night. It was wonderful.
Absence certainly made my heart grow fonder.
Yeah. It was the most wonderful night I've had in forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I would have settled just for breaking into the top 10.
Well, it would be nice if I could have that wonderful a night every night.
I told you there was something we could do about that.
Well, that's why I came over here, to tell you my answer to your question, which is yes.
If you came by to pass away the time of day with me, I just can't oblige you. I got too much work to do.
I didn't. I came by to say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. For what?
For last night. It was wonderful.
Yeah, absence certainly made my heart grow fonder.
It was the most wonderful night I've had in a long time.
Really? And I would have just settled for breaking into the top 10.
I was hoping that every night could be that wonderful.
I told you there was something we could do about that.
Well, I know that's why I came here. To give you an answer to your question. The answer is yes.
What'd you say?
I said I want to be Mrs. Derek Mallory.
Are you serious?
Yes! I want to marry you.
Why?
Why? What kind of a question is why? Because you're the man of my dreams. Because you're good for me. Because you're good to me. You don't look as if my answer made you the happiest man in the world.
No, I'm sorry, hon. I wasn't expecting your answer so soon. I wasn't expecting your answer to be yes.
Well, now it's my turn. Why?
The idea of Raven Swift deciding it's time to settle down doesn't come easy to me.
Derek, I want to settle down with you. Did you use that proposal to lure me into your bedroom last night?
Of course not, honey. I love you. I accept your acceptance.
So we're engaged.
Yes, say the word. We can do it tomorrow.
Oh, don't rush things, you know? I'd like to enjoy the engagement a little before I enjoy the wedding.
You're serious about this now? You wouldn't just say this to a guy.
No. Yes, I want to marry you. You want me to get a bullhorn and run through the streets of Monticello and tell everyone? It's going to be wonderful, telling all our friends. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of friends I can't wait to tell. I have to call my friend, Judy Wainwright. She said that she knows someone that can get our announcement in the paper. Wait a minute. You're the chief of police. We'll be on page 1.
Now, you calm down, calm down.
Why? Aren't you excited?
Of course I'm excited. Hell, I'm numb.
Well, it's only because you realize your luck. I mean, look at what you've caught.
Now, I don't think the full impact of your saying yes has hit me yet.
I wish Geraldine hadn't sold the Whitney mansion. That would be the perfect place to have a ceremony.
Well, wait a minute. Don't you think you ought to set the date first?
Well, I told you, Derek, I don't want to rush it, you know? I want to enjoy this engagement.
How long did you want to enjoy it?
I don't know. I've never had a long engagement, so I'd like to have one now.
Oh, come on. I don't see any reason to put it off. If we're going to do it, let's just do it. It's not like it was the first time for either one of us.
Indulge me, okay? I mean, if we do things a little differently this time, then maybe this marriage will turn out a lot better than my other ones.
It doesn't work that way, honey.
Then I'll have to go down to the department store and pick out my silver and my china and have them registered.
You've got an awful lot planned before the wedding. You're not going to be too tired for the honeymoon.
Never. And speaking of honeymoons, how about Hawaii?
Hawaii?
Don't forget the ring.
Oh, I'd forgotten about the ring.
Yes, a nice big fat diamond just to make it official.
Maybe we should just live together for a while.
With me, it's all or nothing, darling.
Only teasing you, honey, of course, the ring.
And then I'll have to have an engagement party to show off my ring. And then living arrangements.
Well, hey, live at my house.
No, no, no. It's not big enough for a couple. We'll need a bigger place, maybe a big house.
Whoever said two can live as cheap as one certainly didn't know you. Rings, Hawaii, real estate.
And you thought all you were going to have to do was say, I do. Now, see? I'll take care of everything. But it takes time, so let's not rush things, okay?
Saved. Yes, hon. Okay, send him in. Listen, I've got to go back to work and make some money to pay for all that stuff. Come on. Come on in.
Chief, I've got some... Oh. Hello, Raven.
Hello, Detective Stoner.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is rather important.
Don't apologize. I was just leaving.
Bye-bye. Come on in.
Oh, I did not call you to tell you that I had started adoption proceedings with Jody Travis.
Well, it was a natural assumption to make, considering the track that your mind has taken recently.
I want to see you, Sky.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Can we have a drink?
Well, that all depends on the topic of conversation.
I am not going to bring up the Whitney Dance Company.
Well, all right. Maybe we can get together for cocktails.
Good, good. I have something very important to tell you.
Well, since we seem to be back on civil terms with each other, why don't we go whole hog? You buy drinks and I'll buy dinner.
Well, okay, but it can't be a public place.
All right, then I'll reserve a private booth at the coach house. How's that sound?
No. I think it'll have to be room service at your suite.
Why the Greta Garbo attitude all of a sudden?
Oh, you'll understand when I tell you the news.
All right. I'll see you at 8 o'clock, oh mysterious one. Then knock twice, so I'll know it's you.
Okay.
Take a look at that label, Raven. You're not going to see very many of those around. I doubt that there are more than a couple of dozen left in the world of that vintage.
Well, I'm glad I let you choose, but then I always let the man do everything.
When you think it's strategic, you mean?
Well, women always have their strategy.
And the most skillful stratagem you employ is the art of surrender.
Is that why you think I called? No. No, it wasn't strategy, it was honesty. I think it's foolish of us to fight over Jody Travis or anything else.
Well, I'm very glad you feel that way.
Shall I open this now, sir?
Yes, please.
So, Geraldine tells me that Jody's going to be interviewed on WMON. Did you arrange that?
Yes, I did, and it's not the only thing I arranged. I've also rehired Gavin Wiley.
Oh, you have?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, it seemed like the best thing to do. I mean, despite all his faults, he is quite a fine choreographer, and Jody's got a lot of confidence in him.
The next thing I know, you'll tell me that Martine's coming back.
Martine is not coming back. Now or ever. She is a closed chapter in my life. I am now about to begin a new chapter. Both in my professional and my personal life.
Well, that deserves a toast.
I was just going to suggest it. To a new chapter. In your life and mine.
Of course, you already know what's ahead of you, though, right?
Well, I've got a pretty good idea, although life does hold its surprises.
Yes, it does. As a matter of fact, I have one for you.
What's that?
Well, I think we need another toast, because I also have a new chapter in my biography. So congratulate me. I'm getting married.
Thank you, sir. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, it was fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Derek Mallory. Huh? So he was more than just an acquaintance.
Yes, he was, and you knew he was, even though you pretended to believe me.
Are you suggesting that in my own way I was just as much a liar as you?
It's not lying. It's a game we play. We all play, and will continue to play as long as there are men and women.
How long has this been going on?
For a while.
So while you were seeing me, you were also seeing him?
Yes.
Well, I imagine I shouldn't be so surprised. It's just that I'm never surprised in these matters.
No, of course not. That's why you have Gunther, so that you won't be surprised.
He is a man of many talents.
Well, it's a good thing I'm clever, or he would have been following me all over Monticello, wouldn't he?
No, that's not true. I don't spy on women. It is true that I had him watching out for Martine, but that was a professional precaution.
Oh, of course, so that another dance company wouldn't steal her.
A man has got a right to protect his interests. How long have you known him?
Since he came to Monticello.
And when did this proposal take place?
Last night.
Oh, I see. So that's why you were so willing to surrender your pride and come see me this evening.
I thought you'd want to know.
You mean you wanted to gloat about it?
Women do not gloat over marriage proposals. They bask in them. They glow with happiness, and I just wanted to share my radiance.
Yes, I'm practically sunburned from it.
Oh, Sky, you're mad at me, aren't you?
No, Raven, I'm thrilled for you.
I didn't mean to shock you. Derek has been after me for a long time. Actually, this was just a formality.
Why didn't you grab him sooner?
Because I wanted to be more careful. I have had 2 failed marriages. I want the 3rd one to last. I'm a very old-fashioned girl.
I've got one question for you, Raven. Where did I fit in? What was I to you? Is the last fling before your march down the wedding aisle?
I hadn't made up my mind when I met you.
But you've made up your mind now.
Yes. And you were instrumental in my decision.
How?
The contrast. I didn't realize how kind and considerate and gentle and strong and stable Derek was until I met Skylar Whitney. So, we should toast to you. You helped me make my decision. To you, darling.
People don't know how to relax, but that happens to be one of my gifts, so I take advantage of it.
Oh, I don't know. It seems to me that a young lady who is newly engaged could find a lot to do. Shopping for a trousseau, for example.
The stores are open late. Besides, there's no rush. I haven't even set a date yet.
Yes, I know. I do wish you had given me some advance warning about your intentions.
Well, I didn't mean to keep anything from you, but I only accepted the proposal 24 hours ago.
Still, it was very awkward to come home and have you introduce Derek Mallory as your fiancé.
I don't know why. I've been close to him for a long time.
But recently, the object of your affections has been my nephew, Sky Whitney.
Well, he'll get over me.
Raven, I'm sure this is none of my business, but I must admit to some curiosity about what happened to that flourishing romance.
These things happen, you know.
Did you have a falling out with Skylar? Is that the reason for this sudden engagement?
I did not pick up Derek on the rebound, if that's what you mean.
Still, there must have been something that cooled your relationship.
I was just having fun with Sky. I was never serious about him.
I see.
Sky Whitney thinks he's the playboy of the Western world.
Yes, there are times when it can be somewhat footloose.
Yes, and he certainly isn't marriage material.
I didn't know you were in the market.
Well, I am. I haven't talked to you about it, but I think it's about time I settled down.
Again?
Yes, again. And this time for good. I've just been looking for the right man.
So you've decided it's Derek Mallory?
Mm-hmm. Derek has many good qualities.
Well, I couldn't agree more. I think very highly of him.
Yes, I think this little fling with Sky proved to me how stable Derek is, and so when he asked me to marry him, I said yes.
As I said, Raven, if this is what you really want, then I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. And when we set a date, I'll make sure you're the first to know.
Well, I must be going. Enjoy your day. Assuming there's anything left of it once you're vertical.
I'll talk to you tonight. Yes, Derek is going to want to set a date soon. Skylar Whitney. I wish you were in my bed and not next to it. You better do something. And quick.
Studio.
Ah, yes. Checking up on his new little protege. And how is little Jody?
I really wouldn't know, Mrs. Swift.
Well, that doesn't matter anyway. Actually, I didn't call to talk to him. I called to talk to you.
Me?
Mm-hmm, right. Are you going to be around in about a half an hour? I'd like to drop by and have a little chat.
You know, I really don't think
I'll
that's...
see you soon. Bye-bye,
Mr. Swift,
I have good news for you. It's been marked down from $4.50 to $4 1/4.
You're kidding. I'll take it.
Good.
Gunther, come on. Surely he said something. I mean, well, he must have been a little surprised when he read about it.
I mean, hey, come on, you had already told Mr. Whitney about your forthcoming marriage, Mrs. Swift.
Yes, but he didn't believe me. Mr. Whitney never believes anyone. But when he read it, I mean, he must have said something.
Well, he wasn't pleased.
Was he upset?
Well, no, I don't think I'd use that word. I'd say he had been, you know, a little skeptical, if you know what I mean.
Ah, yes. Well, there is no reason for him to be skeptical because it's true. I am going to marry Derek Mallory. Now, what do you think about that?
Well, I really don't know, Mrs. Swift. I guess it's really none of my business.
Oh, Gunther. I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way. I thought we were better friends than that. Now, aren't you happy for me?
Okay, I'm happy.
It's everything I've always wanted. I mean, every girl wants to be married.
Look, Mrs. Swift, I really don't know why you're telling me all this. If you want to talk with Mr. Whitney, he'll be here very soon.
No. I don't want to talk to Mr. Whitney. I just wanted to make sure that our friendship was still solid, you know? That's all.
Yeah, I see.
Well, isn't this a surprise? The expectant bride-to-be.
Well, the bride-to-be was just leaving.
Oh, well, weren't you waiting here for me?
No, I came to see Gunther.
Gunther? Oh, well, why? Are you going to need a bouncer at your wedding reception? Oh, I'm sure that Chief Mallory can pull 4 or 5 cops off their beat, and they'll do just as good a job as Gunther could.
No, I don't want a bouncer.
Well, how about best man? I'd be happy to do the job. Or if you don't want to call me best man, how about runner-up? By the way, when is the happy day?
Soon.
Soon? Mm-hmm. Not immediately? Oh, I thought you were in such a tearing hurry to get married.
Well, you know how it is. I mean, a girl has many things to do when she gets married.
Oh, yes, I see. Although, of course, perhaps you're not in such a terrible hurry to get married after all. Perhaps you're planning on postponing your engagement indefinitely.
Where did you ever hear a silly thing like that?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it just occurred to me.
Well, it's not true. I can't wait to become Mrs. Derek Mallory, and as soon as I get my trousseau and we get living arrangements settled and honeymoon arrangements and all those delicious things, well, we're going to do it.
Well, make sure that you give me plenty of notice. I want to make sure I've got no other appointments scheduled for that time.
I'll make sure you're first on the list.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I better be going. I had a lunch date. Oh, wait a minute. No, I canceled that. I thought I would be too busy shopping, but I guess I could pick something up.
Well, you know, I'd be delighted to take you to lunch, Raven.
Oh, you would?
However, I have got another date. Gunther, you did call the coach house, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Reservations for 2 at 12:30.
Oh, good. I thought that Jody might like the place.
By the way, although we haven't set a definite date, I do know for sure that the wedding is going to take place in the next 2 weeks.
I don't know how I let you talk me into this. I'll tell you if Mr. Whitney ever finds out.
Will you relax about Mr. Whitney? We're very close, and you should know that better than anybody.
Yeah, but you're engaged to marry somebody else now, and it seems to me that that makes some kind of difference.
That's right. It certainly does make some kind of difference, and I love it.
Well, I hope you don't spend too much time at the next place. I really have to find out what time Mr. Whitney wants to leave the meeting.
Gunther, I told you I'll be 5 minutes. I have to run in and pick up a package.
Well, that's what you said last time, and I'm telling you, I waited for more than 30 minutes outside that place.
I can't have it. That dress looked terrible. I had to try it on. You can't spend all that money for a dress and then have it look bad. And besides, it was the most important dress of all.
What is it, some kind of bridal gown or something?
Well, not quite. I have been married twice before, but it looks lovely, and you will see at the wedding.
Well, you inviting me to the wedding?
Well, I can't promise you an invitation, but I hope you'll be invited, along with Sky, of course.
Well, I don't think he's going to be able to make it. Seems to me he's just a little too busy these days.
Oh, he is he? I'm sure with the resurrection of the dance company, he's very busy. How is his little protege?
He seems to be pretty confident about her.
Well, of course, he appears confident. He told everybody about her. But then your boss always does hide his feelings. As a matter of fact, I bet he hasn't even acted upset about the fact that I'm getting married, has he? Come on, Gunther, admit it. He's upset, isn't he?
Well, all right. He seemed a little sore when he first heard the news.
Great. Did he curse and throw things and say that he was going to kill Derek?
No, he didn't. He didn't do anything like that.
Well, then did he say he was going to try to talk me out of it?
No, he didn't do that either.
Well, what did he say?
Nothing that I can remember, Mrs. Swift.
You're a big help, Gunther, a big help.
Yeah? Well, I'm driving you around, ain't I?
Well, can't you tell me anything?
All right, look, I'll tell you what I think. Even though the story's been in the newspapers and all that, I still don't think Mr. Whitney believes you're going to marry this guy.
No, he doesn't, does he? Gunther, how would you like to see my wedding dress?
You have got more damn nerve than anybody I've ever met.
With the possible exception of Raven.
What?
Oh, well, that's another reason why I came here. I wanted to wish you congratulations.
Thank you.
I was going to say commiserations, but I don't think you want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that, no.
I'll bet you don't. You must be going through a lot of flack because of this. Well, let me join a long line of people who think you're making the biggest mistake of your life.
Nelson, if this meeting is over, I've got other work to do.
Hey, it's not because I don't think she's a beautiful woman. But,
thanks.
I mean, when Raven walks into a room, it's like there's no other female alive.
Have a good day in court tomorrow.
Yeah, have a good day in church tomorrow. Or whenever it is.
It's going to be the city hall and the mayor's office. Whenever it is, I will make sure you get an announcement.
No invitation?
No.
Oh. Guess that means no invitation. Well, it's just as well. Well, what I really want to say is, hey, how long have we been working together, huh? A year and a half? I think you're a nice guy. Your macho act is a little much for me to handle, but that's just the way you are, you know? And to see you up at that altar, about to be devoured by that barracuda, I don't think I could take it. I guess I'm too sensitive.
If you were sensitive, you would realize that you are no longer welcomed in this office.
Me? Hey, what did I do?
Don't let the doorknob hit you in the back.
Hey, bet you Raven told you that she would change. Turn over a new leaf, huh? Well, don't you believe it.
I like her just the way she is.
Yeah? Change that name to Derek Masochist.
Hello.
For Pete's sake, Raven, what are you doing here?
Well, I was just passing by, and I thought I'd come see how my old friends were doing.
Well, we're doing just fine, thanks.
Good. Sky ran? I thought he might be here.
No, he was here this morning, but he left.
Not discouraged, I hope.
No, actually, we're through for today, too. So if you came for a free dancing exhibition, I'm sorry.
No. This is just a friendly visit. And I really didn't come to see Sky, so if you run into him, you don't have to mention that I asked for him.
Don't worry, Raven. I intend to forget it anyway.
Oh, you're a sweet boy. By the way, do you teach ballroom dancing?
Are you kidding?
No. I'm going to get married to Derek Mallory, and he is horrible in the dance floor.
Well, I'm sorry. No ballroom dancing.
Oh, too bad. Hi, Jody. Still planning to be tomorrow's big dance star?
Maybe the day after.
Well,
guess I'll be on my way. Lovely to see you two again.
Bye-bye.
Mrs. Swift, hello.
Why, detective? Oh, don't tell me. You're not taking dance lessons.
No, I just had some questions to ask Gavin Wiley about an old friend of his. Nothing very heavy.
Well, I hope he's nicer to you than he was to me.
Mrs. Swift, are you in a hurry?
No.
You have time for a drink? With me?
My, you certainly think a lot of yourself, don't you? I mean, it's fascinating. It is, really. So you spent all that time in Europe?
Well, it wasn't all that long, about 18 months. I spent 6 months on the continent and the rest of the time in London.
London? My stepfather lives in London.
Oh, does he? That's very interesting.
So what were you doing there?
Well, I happened to be working on a case with Interpol that originated here in the States.
My goodness. I guess Derek was very lucky to have you. I don't know about his officers. I don't know sometimes where he gets them.
Well, they seem to me to be a pretty competent group of guys.
Well, you wouldn't believe the woman you replaced, Deborah Saxton. She was dreadful.
Oh, really? That's interesting. You know, everybody else seems to think she was a hell of a cop. I understand she was very gorgeous, too. Red hair, baby blue eyes.
Have you been talking to Calvin Stoner?
He just happens to be my partner.
Obviously. He's probably told you all these good things about Deborah. Don't believe them. The best thing that ever happened to that department was when she left.
Oh, really? Tell me, Raven, how much time did you spend abroad?
Well, I lived with my mother for a while before she died. And, of course, I've been to Paris, but who hasn't?
Well, I imagine there's a lot of people who haven't made it to the left bank. You didn't happen to know Martine Duval when you were there?
No, I didn't have the pleasure until she came to Monticello. She's a lovely lady. Very talented dancer, I understand. It's too bad she's out of work.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Now, I wonder what it was that cost her that job.
Want to know what I think? Lack of talent.
I thought you just said she was very talented.
No, I don't mean dancing talent. I think she couldn't keep her grip on her man.
Oh, I see. That's funny, you know, I understand that you're not seeing Sky Whitney anymore either.
Well, that decision was mine. I mean, that makes a difference.
Of course.
I decided that he was wrong for me. You see, I like my men to be very stable and secure.
Like the chief of police.
That's right. So tell me, do you approve of this wedding?
I don't know.
Detective, why exactly did you want to talk to me?
Well, I just wanted to get acquainted. I mean, it can't hurt to know the boss's wife.
Yes, but I'm not the boss's wife yet.
No, but you will be.
Yes, I suppose I will.
Well, you don't seem terribly sure.
Let me tell you something, Damian. Can I call you Damian? You see, women get jitters, too. I mean, it's not just men that get those.
I'm sure that's true.
Besides, the thought of spending my entire life with just one man, you know, that's very scary. Especially when there are so many attractive men around.